Hi everybody, welcome back to Midvale Minis. In this week's video, I continue to make some flowers for my garden. Here's how I left it last week. I had made all of the petunias and they're ready to go. So here's what it looks like after I put them into the fountain. Now I started with 32 flowers, but it didn't look like enough. There was too much of a gap right there. So I added another 15 flowers to fill it out. And now I really love how it looks. Next, I'm going to be creating some hollyhocks. I dip small pieces of wire into a little bit of glue and then I dip it into this yellow sand. And when that's dry, I dip it into a little bit of yellow paint. Next, I take what I believe is called the calyx. They're already cut out for me, so I just shape them with my stylus. And then I take my needle tool and I poke a small hole in the center of each one so I can thread the flowers into the calyx. If you saw my last video, this is going so much smoother than the last time when I tried to make the petunias. I'm able to slide the calyx right up, add a little bit of glue, and there you go. Next, I shape the red heart-shaped petals. I add a little bit of glue to the back of each one, and I glue them to the calyx. There are 6 petals per flower. And here's the completed flower. This was actually a lot of fun to do, so I made a whole bunch. Now I take my wire and these tiny little seeds, they may be coriander seeds, I'm not sure, they were in the kit. I put a little bit of glue on them and then I alternate each side. So I turn the wire in between so that the buds are facing each other, if that makes sense. And now it's time to glue on the flowers. Again, these are in an alternating pattern, right, then left. I was excited about the red color because I think it's going to go really well with my bricks inside the garden. And now I'm adding some leaves. And the last step is to paint the little buds at the top a green color. And now for the most terrifying part of the entire project. I am going to glue the fountain to the wall, so I have to measure exactly where it's going to go. I'm measuring to the center of the fountain that's already in the garden, and that's 8 3/8 inches. So now I make my mark on the side, so I know exactly where I'm going to be putting this. I felt like the Model Magic was a little bit too shiny, so I added a little bit of glue and a little bit of coffee grounds to make it look like dirt. And now I'm lining it up one last time before I add the glue. And now the moment of truth, the part I've been dreading. I'm using hot glue just in case I have to move it at some point in the future. And now I can actually breathe again. And this is what it's looking like right now. And here's where I'm leaving it for the week. Next week, I'm going to be going to Guild School in Maine, and I will be sending some updates from there. Thanks so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great week. Bye!